Project Prayer Community. Shawnee Brandon here, your author of the 365 Prayer Project. We are talking today about our last chapter that's in the mini book, Writing My Prayer Vision. And I'm recording this video on kickoff day, day one for us, January the 1st. And I think it's so appropriate because most of us use the first day of the year, the last day of the previous year, to start thinking about where we want to go. We've been doing vision boards and writing lists and all of these different things. And often in the course of planning for our year and for business and everything else, we don't always give the same diligence to planning for our spiritual life, like actually writing down a vision for where we want to be spiritually. And I strongly encourage you to make that a practice, not just to write a vision for where you want to be in business and relationships, but if there's any vision that you should be writing, it's for your spiritual journey, because if you get that one intact, everything else seems to fall in place. Honestly, I'm just telling you this from experience. And so we are going to be writing our prayer vision if you haven't already. And again, I need to say this every last single time. My videos are just a summary of the chapter. You need to do your due diligence to read the chapters in the book so that you can get a broader understanding of what I'm saying. But in writing our prayer vision, and I need to apologize in advance, you may hear some background noise in my video. I had to find different places in the house because I am a mom, I am a wife. It's snowing here in Michigan, so everybody's home, everybody's loud, and I had to come down to the basement. So you'll hear some noise and water because that's what happens when it's rainy here in Michigan. But listen, in writing your prayer vision, I really want you to be cognizant and aware and just begin to think about where you want to be in a year when we are finished. On day 365, where do you really want to be in your journey and your walk with the Lord? And I want you to write that down. Even if it seems so far-fetched and outlandish and completely impossible, I want you to write it down, because if you're faithful to believe for that, God will exceed it. And if it's something that's not in his desire for you, on the course of this 365 days, as you listen to him, as you entertain his voice and the voice of his spirit, he has the ability to tweak and to change and to add to it and take away from it. And you'll find on the course of this journey, there are points within our 365 days where we add to our prayer vision and we take away from it. So for a whole year, you are constantly editing and adding and changing as you grow and as you mature. You'll find that some of your desires change. They'll go away completely, or they'll strengthen, or you'll find the faith and the trust to believe for more. And so in writing your prayer vision, the reason it's so important to have this before you is because when you have a sense of vision, when you write down what you want to see, then you're able to plan by it. So when you have a finished result that you want to see, you start to construct a plan to get there, but you can't really plan for something that you don't have a finished result for. So writing down your finished result, where you want to be in 365 days, will bring you to a point where you now can construct a plan and disciplines and certain ways that you will get there, and the Lord will help you to do this. This isn't something you should just be doing on your own, but as you grow and as you entertain his voice and his leading in prayer, he will help you to get there, whether it's through relationships, whether it's bringing certain things in your life or challenging you to remove them. He will do it. And so in you writing this prayer vision, it is giving you something to look at when things get rough, when it gets difficult, when it gets hard, when you feel like you're not hearing God, you're not getting results, or when you're challenged in certain areas. When you are able to have something that you can look at, it will remind you, it will breathe fire into you and just bring such an excitement to you. And so I want to be very clear that this prayer vision is something that is very personal. It's unique to you, just like your prayer language that we talked about in another chapter. It is unique to you, and it is something that is so personal. And so feel free to be 100% honest, to really just write from your heart, because this is for you. Nobody else is going to be reading this or should be reading this. This is for you and God. And in doing this, I really want to mention, and it's also in chapter 4, that you need to evaluate before sitting down writing your prayer vision. Evaluate where you are now and how you got here. Even if you feel like it's a negative place, like I don't pray at all. I don't talk to God at all. I don't, I'm on ground level. You need to write how you got here. You need to write moments where you may have felt discouraged or distracted, or all of the things that have been obstacles. You really need to evaluate those things so that you can construct a plan that is absent of hindrances, obstacles, things that have gotten in the way. Or if there are areas where you found are strengths, things that have fueled you and helped you to develop it, you need to put those in your plan to support your vision. But I don't want you to sit down and write a prayer vision without evaluating where you are now, how you got here, and where you want to go. And so, again, before writing your prayer vision, please read chapter 4. Each chapter is short, is brief, but read it again, read the bullet points and all of the supporting statements that will help you to really construct a prayer vision. But this prayer vision is gold. Guys, it is gold. As you keep it before you, as you read it, as you add to it and take away from it, it becomes a marker for your progress. And so I want you to be excited. Happy day one for those of you that are on day one, and for those that are coming later and joining later and listening to the videos. Listen, this is such an exciting time to be this diligent about pursuing the heart of God and learning his voice, learning how much he already knows you and how much he wants you to know him. If you are consistent in doing this for 365 days, I promise you it will change you in ways you can't imagine. But all it requires is your diligence and your desire. So do it, commit to it. Hey, tell somebody about it. It's not too late. Even if you're in the middle of the year, when you get to starting and listening to this video, tell somebody about it. You want them to grow with you and challenge them to get to know their Lord and Savior that literally created them and knows them better than anyone. And so thank you again for coming on this journey, for watching the videos, purchasing the book, being a part of this, and allowing me to serve you and be a part of this with you. It is a huge privilege and honor, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, guys. Happy new life. 365 days of faithfully entertaining God.